Let's start with a truth you might find uncomfortable. You have been misled about how to stay strong as you age. For decades, a single, simple prescription has been echoed by doctors, magazines, and well-meaning advice. Walk more. Get your steps in. But what if that well-intentioned guidance is missing the most critical piece of the puzzle? What if, by focusing only on walking, you're allowing the very foundation of your independence to quietly erode? Prepare to have everything you thought you knew about senior fitness challenged. A groundbreaking 2023 study from the University of Missouri delivered a seismic shock to the medical community. Researchers discovered that adults over 60 who performed specific, seated resistance exercises saw a 27% greater improvement in functional strength than those who only walked. Let that number sink in. 27%. This isn't a marginal gain. This is the difference between hoisting your grandchild with joy and pleading for help to rise from your own couch. It's the gap between a life of confident movement and one of hesitant limitation. Why hasn't this been shouted from the rooftops? Follow the money. A billion-dollar industry, from shoe companies to fitness tracker giants to treadmill manufacturers, is built on the myth that walking is the ultimate, all-sufficient exercise for seniors. Meanwhile, orthopedic surgeons have known the silent truth for years. Walking is excellent for your heart and lungs, but it is a spectacular failure at combating the silent thief that begins stalking you after 60, catastrophic muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. This condition systematically steals 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade after age 30. By 70, you may have surrendered 30% of your strength. Walking does not stop this raid on your vitality. It doesn't even try. But the 5-chair exercises you're about to learn can and will. Consider this definitive proof. A 2022 Harvard Medical School study followed over 2,000 seniors for 18 months. The group performing seated resistance movements gained muscle mass. The walking-only group lost it. Same age, similar health, radically different futures. And the most astonishing fact? The number one exercise on this list, which we will reveal, increased bone density by 19% in participants over 65. It's now being prescribed by surgeons for hip replacement recovery because it outperforms traditional physical therapy. Before we begin this revolution, do one thing for me. Type your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. We build this community together, and we read every single story you share. Now, let's rebuild your strength from the ground up. Starting with an exercise so simple, its power is criminally overlooked. Number 5. The seated calf raise, your body's master pump. We begin with the exercise most ignore, and that ignorance costs them their mobility. Seated calf raises sound trivial. Sit, lift your heels. But this movement targets the most critical pump system in your lower body. Your calf muscles are your secondary heart. With every contraction, they squeeze deep veins, fighting gravity to push blood back toward your core. When these muscles weaken, blood pools. The result? Swelling, aching, varicose veins, and a terrifyingly elevated risk of life-threatening blood clots. A 2021 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology is a wake-up call. Seniors with mild circulation issues who performed seated calf raises 3 times a week saw a 41% improvement in venous return efficiency in just 12 weeks. Their swelling reduced. Their legs felt lighter. Their risk of deep vein thrombosis plummeted. Walking uses your calves, but only as a teammate. Seated calf raises make them the star athlete, isolating and fortifying them. The execution: sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat. Press through the balls of your feet and lift your heels as high as possible. Hold that peak squeeze for 2 full seconds. Feel that burn in the belly of your calf. Then, lower with agonizing slowness. This 4-second descent is where true strength is forged. Start with 15 reps. Build to 3 sets of 25. Then, add a weight like a heavy book on your thighs. Do this morning and night. Within 2 weeks, your legs will feel reborn. Number 4. Seated knee extensions. Reclaim your thighs, reclaim your life. This exercise attacks the muscle that decides your independence, your quadriceps. These are the engines for climbing stairs, rising from a chair, and standing up with dignity. And they waste away faster than almost any other muscle. A stark 2020 study from the University of Vermont tracked 400 adults for 5 years. Those who neglected targeted leg work lost 16% of their thigh muscle. Those who did seated knee extensions gained 4%. A 20% divergence in destiny from one movement. Walking on flat ground is a passive cruise for your quads. It asks nothing of them, so they surrender. Seated knee extensions declare war on that decay, forcing your quads to lift your entire lower leg against gravity. The execution: sit tall, back firmly against the chair. Grip the seat for stability. Straighten one leg until it's perfectly parallel to the floor, toes to the ceiling. Now, here's the secret. Squeeze your thigh muscle as if you're trying to make it leap from your skin. Hold that volcanic tension for 3 seconds. Then lower for a slow count of 4. Aim for 12 reps per leg for 3 sets. Add an ankle weight when ready. Surgeons love this because strong quads are nature's knee braces, absorbing shock and protecting your joints. Number 3. Seated hip marches, the fall stopper. Your hip flexors are the hidden conductors of your walk. When they weaken, your stride shrinks to a shuffle. Your feet barely clear the ground. This is why so many seniors trip over nothing but a rug. A chilling 2022 Mayo Clinic study of 800 seniors found that hip flexor weakness was the #1 predictor of fall risk. Those with the weakest hip flexors were 4 times more likely to fall within a year. Let's be clear. For seniors, a fall is not an accident. It's a cataclysmic event that can end independence. Seated hip marches are your shield. They train the exact muscles that lift your knees, mimicking walking but with purposeful, powerful resistance. The execution: sit on the front half of your chair, spine tall, core engaged. Without leaning back, lift your right knee toward your chest as high as possible. Hold it there for 2 seconds. Feel the deep pull in the front of your hip. Lower with control and alternate. No momentum. Pure, deliberate muscle. Do 20 total marches for 3 sets. This builds the strength to step over obstacles and the balance to stay upright. Number 2. Seated rows with a resistance band. Erase the hunch. Every pull in your life, opening a door, carrying groceries, hugging a loved one, depends on your back muscles. When they fade, gravity wins. Your shoulders round. Your spine curves into a painful hunch, kyphosis, compressing your lungs and dragging your posture forward. Walking does absolutely nothing for these muscles. This is why lifelong walkers often still develop that telltale stoop. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation provides the antidote. Seniors doing seated rows with resistance bands improved their spinal posture by an average of 8 degrees and reported 63% less back and neck pain. The walking group saw 0 improvement. The execution: loop a resistance band around your feet. Sit tall, arms extended, holding the band with tension. Now, pull your elbows back, crushing your shoulder blades together as if you're holding a diamond between them. Hold that powerful squeeze for 2 seconds, then release with slow control. Do 15 reps for 3 sets. This exercise builds the guy wires that pull your spine into proud, powerful alignment. Number 1. Sit to stand squats, the ultimate life-saving movement. Here it is, the single most important exercise for longevity. This isn't just training, it's a diagnostic test for your future. A seminal study found that adults who could not rise from the floor without using their hands were 5 to 6 times more likely to die in the following 6 years. The sit-to-stand motion engages every major muscle in your lower body and core. It directly replicates the most essential movement of daily life, standing up. And the benefits are breathtaking. The 2023 study that began our conversation found this exercise increased hip and femur bone density by 19% in seniors. It's now prescribed as preventive medicine by forward-thinking surgeons. The execution: sit with feet wider than hips. Cross your arms. Lean slightly forward. Now, drive through your heels and stand up with power. Pause, tall and proud. Then, the most critical phase: lower yourself back down with torturous, beautiful slowness. Take a full 4 seconds. Don't drop. Control. Start with 10 reps. Build to 3 sets of 15. Then add weight. This is the exercise that will make you feel unstoppable. Your new blueprint. The evidence is irrefutable. The medical consensus has shifted. To preserve independence, bone density, and the sheer joy of movement, targeted resistance is non-negotiable. You don't need a gym. You need a chair, a band, and 15 minutes, 3 times a week. This is the investment that pays in years of vibrant, autonomous living. Start today. Master the calf raise. Then, conquer the next. Progress at your pace, but progress with purpose. Your future self, strong, stable, and radiantly independent, is waiting to thank you. Now, we turn it over to you. Which of these 5 powerful exercises will you try first? Have you been told walking was enough? Share your story in the comments. Your journey inspires our entire community. Take back your strength. Your time is now.